here just kind of wants to get this done. It's just not a normal season right now for me.
Have you ever wondered what really happened to Phil Harris from Deadliest Catch? The man who was once the heart and soul of the high seas suddenly faced a tragedy that left fans shocked and searching for answers. Behind the cameras, life moved faster than anyone could see, leaving only memories of his courage, charisma, and impact on the show. This is the heartbreaking story of Phil Harris, the legend of Deadliest Catch. From humble beginnings to Bering Sea legend. Phil Harris's journey to fame was far from easy. It was a path paved with sweat, struggle, and relentless challenges. His life stands as proof that with determination and resilience, one can overcome life's hardships and rise to remarkable recognition. Harris's pursuit of success began very young, pushing him into trials that only someone with extraordinary drive could endure. By the age of 8, Phil was already helping with his father's company, observing fishermen and slowly joining in the exercises himself. This early exposure laid the foundation for his future. He continued this routine all through his school years, absorbing knowledge and skills that would later shape his career. Once he graduated, he plunged into the deeper waters of fishing, soon moving on to crab fishing, which honed his abilities to impressive levels. This formative period was crucial. It taught him the difference between simply working on a boat and mastering the craft with skill and strategy. Phil started as an unpaid deckhand on a crab boat, quietly observing and learning, knowing that proving his worth required patience. At first, his employers were unaware of his potential, seeing only the work in front of them. But Phil was already planning his rise quietly in the background. Over time, his talents could not be ignored. By the age of 21, he had achieved a milestone few of his peers could claim. He became one of the youngest crab boat captains on the treacherous Bering Sea. This position provided him with the experience, leadership, and visibility he needed to advance his career further. The FV Cornelia Marie, which he co-purchased with friends in 1990, became a defining vessel under his command. It quickly earned a reputation as one of the most successful crab fishing boats in the region. Phil's leadership, determination, and relentless work ethic were central to this success, leaving no room for doubt about his skill or dedication. Phil was constantly striving to improve himself. Week after week, he focused on refining the areas he considered most challenging, always pushing beyond comfort and expectation. Even when others might have overlooked his efforts, he quietly built a name for himself. From afar, he could see the possibilities before him, and the long-held dream he had nurtured since childhood was finally coming into view, tangible and within reach. Dominating the Deadliest Catch. Phil Harris's entrance into the world of reality television was far from a stroke of luck. It was earned. He didn't lobby or network his way onto the show. His dedication, skill, and determination opened the doors. Joining Deadliest Catch was an opportunity that would push his intellect, resilience, and charisma to the limits, proving exactly why he belonged on the screen. His grand debut came in late 2004, and it was impossible to ignore. Harris, along with his vessel, the FV Cornelia Marie, brought excitement and intensity from the very first episode. The series' embedded cameras followed him and his crew through their daring routines, giving viewers a glimpse into the perilous and relentless world of Bering Sea crab fishing. Fans quickly noticed Harris's presence, praising his skill and larger-than-life personality, solidifying his role as a cornerstone of the show. The Cornelia Marie made its first appearance during the Opilio crab season in Season 1, partnering with the FV Maverick. After the Maverick sank, Harris and his crew were instrumental in the search efforts for the FV Big Valley, further proving their mettle and courage. From that moment, both Harris and his boat became iconic symbols of the Deadliest Catch franchise, and the show's notoriety soared alongside them. By Season 2, the FV Cornelia Marie had become a staple on the show, and Harris's influence reached every corner of the Deadliest Catch community. Day after day, he faced treacherous seas, fierce storms, and countless challenges, proving himself again and again as a captain who could navigate both danger and leadership with skill and heart. His charisma and adventurous spirit kept fans engaged and inspired season after season. However, the show's high stakes were matched by real-life peril. In the 2008 season, a violent storm threw Harris from his bunk, leaving him seriously injured and fearing for his life. His ribs were broken, and he coughed up blood for hours before his crew and sons persuaded him to seek medical attention. The incident, captured on camera, revealed the raw dangers of his profession. Doctors later diagnosed him with a pulmonary embolism, forcing him to step away from the water for a year. Despite this setback, Harris's determination never wavered. In 2009, he made a triumphant return, reclaiming his place on the Cornelia Marie and quickly picking up where he had left off. Fans celebrated his comeback, sharing admiration for his resilience, courage, and undeniable skill. Harris had not only survived the Bering Sea's dangers, but had cemented his legacy as a true king of Deadliest Catch, even as viewers braced for more highs and lows in the perilous world of crab fishing. The tragic farewell of Phil Harris. Phil Harris's story took a heartbreaking turn, one that left his loyal Deadliest Catch fans unable to say a proper goodbye. It was not just a tragedy for his family, but also for the countless viewers who had followed his journey for years. Questions and confusion surrounded his final days, as no one could fully grasp the events that were unfolding. After surviving the harrowing storm and pulmonary embolism of previous seasons, Harris returned to the Opilio crab fishing season while still nursing injuries and health concerns. Friends and family repeatedly urged him to rest, but Harris, ever dedicated to his craft, continued his work despite the mounting physical toll. "You talk about pain," said Josh Harris, "but my dad had 4 crushed discs in his back. He was in pain the entire trip, and it affected his fishing too." Todd Stanley, a longtime Deadliest Catch cameraman and producer, added, "He just seemed to get more and more exhausted." That pulmonary embolism back in 2008 really took a toll on him. The hurricane that had thrown Harris from his bunk years earlier had left lasting effect. Coupled with smoking habits and a demanding lifestyle, his health challenges compounded, though he pressed on, determined not to let anything stop him. On January 29, 2010, while offloading crab in Alaska, engineer Steve Ward found Harris collapsed and unable to move. Shocked and unsure how to respond, he quickly called for Josh, who summoned Stanley and contacted 911. What the family saw was terrifying. The whole left side of his face was paralyzed, Josh recalled. He couldn't move his arms. He was just lying there. Rushed to the St. Paul's Sound Clinic, Harris faced a critical condition far more severe than previous incidents. Despite immediate treatments, there was little improvement, prompting a transfer to an Anchorage hospital. Doctors, after thorough examination, determined that surgery was the only viable option. With family and friends watching anxiously, Harris underwent the operation and survived the procedure. On January 31, 2010, he emerged from a medically induced coma. Though weak, his first thoughts were of family and friends. He scribbled on a piece of paper, "Got to get the ending to the story," says Stanley remembered. He wanted to keep working, to keep filming, despite everything. 4 days later, despite his recovery efforts, Harris's health took a fatal turn. On February 9, 2010, after sitting with his close friend Dan Mittman, he admitted, "Danny, I don't feel as good as I did yesterday." Surrounded by loved ones and medical staff, Harris passed away peacefully from an intracranial hemorrhage. The family honored him through cremation. Half of his ashes were placed in decorated Harley-Davidson gas tanks alongside his mother, while the remainder was scattered at sea from the FV Cornelia Marie. His sons, Josh and Jake, expressed profound grief, stating, "It is with great sadness that we say goodbye to our dad, Captain Phil Harris. He never backed down and always fought until the end. We will remember and celebrate that strength." Josh would later take over as captain of the Cornelia Marie, carrying on his father's legacy. To honor Harris, Discovery Channel hosted a memorial at Seattle's Smith Cove Cruise Terminal on April 30th, 2010, featuring a final boat salute from his vessel's home port. His influence remains in the Deadliest Catch community, in books like Deadliest Catch, Desperate Hours, and even through his coffee line, Captain's Reserve, featuring blends such as Harris Family Blend and Midnight Sunrise. Though the show continued, the void left by Harris could never truly be filled. Deadliest Catch, Braving the Bering Sea. Deadliest Catch, an American reality television series, first made its dramatic debut on the Discovery Channel on April 12, 2005. From the very beginning, it captivated audiences with an extraordinary peek into a profession where danger, skill, and raw determination intertwine on a daily basis. Unlike ordinary television shows, this series didn't rely on scripted drama. It thrived on the real-life intensity, unpredictability, and courage of crab fishermen battling the notorious waters of the Bering Sea. Over time, the show introduced new features and innovative filming techniques, ensuring viewers were not only entertained, but also fully immersed in the brutal and beautiful world of Alaskan crab fishing. The series follows the men and women aboard several commercial fishing vessels during the Alaskan king crab and snow crab seasons, specifically the October king crab season and the January Opilio crab season. Every fishing trip brings with it a mixture of suspense, danger, and the constant tension of life on the high seas. The base for these operations is the Aleutian Islands port of Dutch Harbor, Alaska, which has become a central hub for the fleet. With the Discovery Channel behind its production, Deadliest Catch provided fans with a window into an extreme profession that combined relentless physical labor with strategic expertise and unyielding bravery. Its title was no exaggeration. The risk of serious injury or death is woven into the very fabric of the work, making it both thrilling and terrifying to watch. For the fishermen, the dangers are not hypothetical. They are stark, immediate, and unforgiving. Crew members and camera operators alike must navigate the chaotic decks where enormous crab pots swing with the force of the ocean's waves. Hundreds of crabs must be hauled, sorted, and secured, all while avoiding frostbite, falling overboard, or the crushing weight of shifting equipment. The show captures these moments with meticulous detail, providing the audience not only with entertainment, but also with a visceral understanding of the hazards inherent to life at sea. It portrays the camaraderie, exhaustion, and relentless pace that define the profession, and in doing so, elevates the mundane to cinematic suspense. Each episode is structured to tell a unique story while connecting seamlessly with the overall narrative of the season. A single episode might focus on the operations of one boat, highlighting the trials, tensions, and triumphs of its crew, while side stories explore the experiences of greenhorns, rookie fishermen who must quickly adapt to the rigorous demands of their new environment. These subplots bring additional depth, illustrating the steep learning curve and the sacrifices that come with mastering the dangerous trade. Watching these rookies grow into seasoned crew members adds an intimate human layer to the broader story of survival, resilience, and skill. Fleet captains are central to the narrative, and the series carefully documents their interactions with other captains, their crew, and rival vessels. Each captain brings a distinct leadership style to the show, often dictating the morale, efficiency, and safety of their teams. Whether through strict discipline, encouragement, or leading by example, these captains become focal points in the storylines. Their decisions, strategy, and ability to adapt to rapidly changing weather and sea conditions are critical not only for the success of their vessel, but for the lives of everyone on board. Given the inherent dangers, safety precautions are a critical component of the series. U.S. Coast Guard helicopters and rescue teams are stationed strategically to respond to emergencies, a precaution underscored by the many life-threatening incidents depicted throughout the show's run. Among the most notable events are the tragic sinking of the FV Big Valley in January 2005, the loss of the FV Ocean Challenger in October 2006, and the disaster involving the FV Katmai in October 2008. These real-life tragedies illustrate the unpredictability and raw power of the Bering Sea, showcasing the bravery and rapid response of the Coast Guard and the courage of the fishermen who work in such hazardous conditions. Each incident left an indelible mark on viewers, highlighting that this show is more than entertainment. It is a testament to the endurance, skill, and grit required to survive in one of the most dangerous professions in the world. The series does more than highlight danger. It humanizes its subjects by delving into personal stories, conflicts, and triumphs. Crew members face emotional stress, physical exhaustion, and the strain of long absences from their families, all of which add tension and empathy to the viewer experience. By exploring these dynamics, the show provides an authentic portrayal of life at sea, revealing the human element behind each perilous fishing expedition. Episodes often feature interpersonal conflicts, mentoring moments, and the occasional unexpected act of heroism, blending high-stakes drama with profound humanity. As the seasons progressed, Deadliest Catch evolved in its storytelling, offering richer character development and deeper exploration of the psychological toll of the profession. Rebranding efforts and improved cinematography brought a cinematic quality to the footage, making every storm, every mechanical failure, and every life-or-death decision palpable for the audience. Fans became invested not just in the catch, but in the people behind the effort, their fears, motivations, ambitions, and triumphs. The show also shined a light on the unrecognized heroes of the fishing world, the support teams, engineers, deck hands, and families who sustain these operations. The high stakes of crab fishing are compounded by extreme weather, icy conditions, and treacherous waters, which ensures that no two episodes are alike. From towering waves to frozen decks, the unpredictability of the Bering Sea remains a constant challenge, testing both the physical and mental endurance of the crew. This ever-present tension keeps audiences on edge, combining natural beauty with peril in a way few shows can replicate. The series' meticulous attention to detail, combined with its unsparing depiction of risk, captures the extraordinary lengths to which these fishermen go to earn their livelihood. Beyond the deck, the show explores the economy of the fishing industry, the delicate balance of sustainable harvesting, and the pressures of meeting quotas under time-sensitive conditions. This dimension adds another layer of realism, giving viewers insight into the complexity of commercial fishing beyond physical danger. The interplay between regulatory compliance, market demands, and the harsh realities of the sea illustrates how multifaceted this profession truly is. Deadliest Catch has maintained its edge even after many seasons on air. Its blend of adrenaline-fueled action, personal drama, and authentic depiction of the maritime profession has built a dedicated fan base that continues to grow. By honoring both the fishermen and the Coast Guard heroes who respond to emergencies, the series preserves a deep respect for a dangerous trade while providing entertainment that educates and inspires. The combination of strategy, bravery, and endurance ensures that each episode resonates, leaving viewers not only entertained, but profoundly moved by the human spirit in the face of overwhelming odds. Today, Deadliest Catch stands as a landmark in reality television, offering more than just thrilling sea adventures. It provides a detailed, unvarnished glimpse into life on one of the most perilous oceans in the world, where courage, teamwork, and resilience define success. The series' longevity and continued popularity testify to its unmatched ability to balance intense action with compelling human stories. With every passing season, it reinforces its core message. Life at sea is unforgiving, but the perseverance, skill, and indomitable spirit of the fishermen make the unimaginable achievable. Phil Harris's life was one of courage, passion, and relentless pursuit of excellence on the high seas. His story reminds us of the risks, the triumphs, and the heartbreaking realities faced by those who dedicate their lives to the ocean. The tragedy that claimed him shocked fans around the world. Yet his legacy continues through his family, his work, and the inspiration he left behind. What are your thoughts on Phil Harris's journey and the challenges he faced? Share them in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this story, and subscribe for more amazing videos waiting just for you.